With us in the studio to throw more light on the topic, need for religious tolerance, is Reverend Ambassador Emmanuel Osita Dimma Ede. Our guest, Reverend Ede, is the chairman, Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, Enugu State, and also the director, United Nations Positive Livelihood Award Center, Enugu. Good to have you join us on the program, Reverend Ede.
Thank you so very much.
All right, straight to the business of the day. How can the religious leaders help to foster peaceful coexistence among the people of diverse faiths, and considering the fact we have so many things to contend with in the country?
Well, I want to start by appreciating God that Christians and the Christian leaders have been in this business of preaching and promoting, religious tolerance, and also with many forums where dialogue has been, engaged among people of other, faith. And I can tell you that from our national platform, that is the Christian Association of Nigeria, I saw the camp president, Archbishop Daniel Oko, and other members of the national executive visit the Muslim community I think on the 6th day of the Ramadan, fast, and they broke the fast with them to show them the love of Christ, and also to show practically to the entire world how free and how ready Christians are to embrace them, so that there will be peace for all of us in this nation.
All right. In your own opinion, how do you think that some of these engagements can actually help, like you mentioned, actually help in promoting unity, peace, and development of the entire country?
Well, in so many several ways, and each time I have the privilege of, commenting on this kind of subject, I've always said it is high time for Christian leaders and Christianity in Nigeria to be appreciated in a very serious and high way. Reasons are because we have always been, the vanguard, the forefront, not just saying it in churches, but demonstrating it, in several ways. As the CAN chairman of Enugu State, like you mentioned, and also the director of United Nations Positive Livelihood Award Center, Enugu State chapter, it has always been our business to ensure that we dialogue, create opportunities in meetings, seminars, symposium, and the likes, where we tell our people not just in mere words, but to put it into practice. I can use Enugu State as a case study where I reside and also serve the Lord. If you call the Sarikin Sambo, the leader of the outside, in Enugu, he will tell you the CAN chairman is my brother. Last year, they invited me when they were doing the Salah, and I was there.
Okay, you have an in-depth knowledge,
Yes.
In this terrain. But I want to ask you, what are the causes of, crisis, religious intolerance in the country, and how can they be addressed?
Well, I will say it the way that some people will not be happy. The reason why...
But I hope you will not offend anyone.
No, I will not.
Remember your platform.
I will not. We are in the studios of, NTA. I know that. I know your rules. But in spite of these rules, there is always time to say the truth the way it is. I want to say that religious leaders have not done enough. That's the bitter truth I want to say. Because take, for instance, in a family, a man comes out and says, this is what I want in my family. This is what I don't want in my family. Whether you are obeying from your heart or you are obeying to fulfill all righteousness, you can tell somebody, our father, our daddy has said, I don't want this. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, we have different opportunities to dialogue. We have meetings together, like NIREC. NIREC is a body, like in CAN, we have ecumenism and interfaith. NIREC is the association or the coming together of all the leaders at the national level, and they are stepping it down to the zone and even to the states. But I'm saying talking is cheap. How to curb it? That is your question. That's your key question. How to ensure that there is practical tolerance in this nation where everybody will begin to experience is that religious leaders will need to do more. There must be a system where Christian leaders like the CAN has 5 blocks, CSN, CCN, CPFN, PFN, UNC, and Tekanekwa. There should be a way of ensuring that if somebody who belongs to this block in CAN has done something that is an act of violence that is offends the other member of other faith, and that which is not acceptable by the social norm and standard, there should be a way of tracing it. Let me give you an example in the Bible. When the nation of Israel offended God by taking the forbidden things when they were in Ai to fight, what did God do? God turned their backs on them. The leader, who is Joshua,
so how can the people, including the leaders and the led, actually help, in practicing religious tolerance on daily basis?
That's what I'm telling you. For the nation of Israel to, nip to the board that act of disobeying God, even divine instruction, God said to Joshua, don't cry to me, go back to your people. Like in a state now, there's no how you say that a crime is committed and you don't have a local government, you don't have the word, you don't have how to trace it. That is what I'm trying to say, that it is now time for religious leaders to accept to be responsible. Because if, like in CAN, I'm giving you an instruction and using the organigram of CAN, that if something happens, the CAN president has the right to say, where is the region? There is a zonal chairman. Where is the state? There is a state chairman. Where is the local government? There is a local government chairman. We have CAN down the world. If religious leaders in this country, Christian and Muslims, majorly, will place to nip this crisis intolerance to the board, it is doable. Take, for instance, a crisis has broke out in Zamfara. Zamfara is a state. It has a zone. There is a governor there. There are Christian leaders there. There are religious leaders there as well. You get my point. Until we are able to come together and accept that we want to deal with this menace once and for all, we will only keep talking. That's why I said it might be a bitter truth that may offend some people.
So you're saying that you're an advocate of interfaith dialogue and resolving religious issues. Of course, you know that
I am the director of Enugu State United Nations.
So how far have you used your position in this regard?
Severally. By next month, by God's grace, we're going to be having, meeting of interfaith. At the zonal level, at the end of it, we'll still come to the state level. That's what I'm telling you. And I've used the example, like Enugu State, nobody can ever wake up today or tomorrow. We're trusting God to say there is anything like religious intolerance in Enugu State. Why? I am the chairman of Enugu State, and the leader of Hausa community, Muslim, are my good friend. We work together. So you cannot tell anybody.
Reverend, you have so much, but before we let you go, your message to our viewers in a minute. Okay,
mine is to say that the peace of this nation should be our collective responsibility. Jesus said we should, seek peace and pursue it so that we'll be able to have a lovely environment where we'll enjoy. Because
thank you for your contribution. We're pleased to have to cut you here.
It's my pleasure.
And we'll be speaking with Reverend Ambassador Emmanuel Ositadimma-Ede, the chairman, Christian Association of Nigeria in Enugu State, and so many more.